All right, welcome back. We have got something incredible to talk about today. This is a Rockstead knife that comes in this very cool, kind of like balsa wood type of wooden box. Nice foam cutouts with your little silica gel thing. Don't eat that. And then your certificate of authenticity and all of that good stuff. Very cool box and packaging, and it like sheds a little bit. God darn it. All right, so anyway, this is a Rockstead. It's from Japan, and this is the Shin model. It's a little bit bigger than the KOU model, which is basically a very similar knife, just smaller. So let's talk about the specs just really quick first. 4 3/4 closed, 8 1/4 inch overall, with 3.49 inch blade of ZDP 189 at a 67 Rockwell hardness. This is incredible. If you take care of this knife, it'll stay sharp. From what I am understanding, they've seen 2 to 3 years before it needs sharpening. Yes, 2 to 3 years. Because of the mirror polish, Rockstead offers lifetime sharpening and regrinding if you actually use too much and they need to reprofile it or whatever. Yes, you do need to send it to Japan. That's on you as the buyer, but that is something that they offer. All right, 3.42 inch cutting edge. The blade thickness is 0.144. We already talked about the blade steel. Weighs in at 5.3 ounces, runs on phosphor bronze washers. And the overall thickness at its thickest here is 0.75. The scales just, they kind of flow and contour to fit your hand amazingly. I've done a few other Rockstead videos throughout my channel here. I will put a link for those if you want to go check them out. Oftentimes, I don't love the Rocksteads. They're great, but they're just not necessarily something I would want to own. But this one, let me tell you, this one is very cool. So it is hard anodized aluminum scales with a stingray skin inlay, which gives you a lot of grip and traction here. This mirror polish blade, what you're seeing is the LEDs from the studio light here above. Okay, this is completely mirror. You can see there's my phone and my shirt. Like, this thing is crazy mirror. Look at that. Just crazy. So they get this by hand. So you can see even, yeah, check that out. Just amazing. All right, so they get that mirror polished by hand finishing these blades with starting at 400 grit, moving to 600 grit, 800 grit, 1200 grit, on up to 2000 grit wet sandpaper, and then a final buff. What's so hard and amazing about that is at every step of the way, if it gets messed up, you have to go back down a grit. So if you're at 800 and you get some scratch or something, you got to go back down to 600 and start over. Each one of these is individually serialized, and you register them when you buy them. When you get it. So when Gary gets this one, thank you, Gary, for sending this in. When Gary gets this one, he'll need to go on their website and register the serial number to him so that he can take advantage of their lifetime sharpening and all of that. Several of their models do not have pocket clips because typically in Japan, you're just sticking it in your pocket, more of a gentleman's folder, if you will. The milling on this aluminum scales is just great. It fits well in the hand. It feels good. And yeah, I want to kind of use this. These in this configuration is about $1,400. Okay. They also do a DLC coated blade, which is also mirror polished. I think one of my other videos had the mirrored DLC blade of a different model, so you can check that out. It's amazing what they do with these. These things are so sharp that you won't even know that you got cut if you see. I didn't even touch the blade, and there's some stuff on it. Like, I don't even remember touching the blade. These things are incredible. And they are so sharp that if you cut yourself, you wouldn't even feel it. These things come razor sharp. Super awesome, super cool. This is a model that I would own. Do a couple of quick size comparisons here for you. This is with the Sharpie. They're on phosphor bronze washers. I think I mentioned that. I'm kind of looking at my notes here. Make sure I covered everything. The Spyderco Delica that I use for unboxings, as you can see. The Kubi, just because. And do I have anything with an aluminum handles? I don't have any aluminum handled knives here on the table. They classify this as a semi-custom. Yeah, I would have to agree. This is pretty as close to custom as you can get from production. Here it is next to the VC Edge Interface Full Dress Custom. Yeah, this Rockstead, Gary, is amazing. When you get this, Gary, if you don't like it, let me know. I might. I don't know. And would I carry it? Let me know, guys. If you bought this knife, like, so we have knives. I try to carry all of my knives. I really do. From the Frank Fisher battles down to the Delicas. I don't really carry the Delicas anymore. I'm kind of beyond that. But I carry all of my knives. Would I carry and use this one? I kind of want to say yes, I would. And forget about the scratches. Forget about everything. Just carry it and use it. That's my stand. So if I end up with one of these, that's my take. I will carry it. I will use it. I will just forget about the price. I will forget about keeping it pretty, and I will just use it. If you've made it this far in the video, let me know your thoughts. If you owned a $1,400 beautiful knife like this, would you carry it? Would you use it? Or would you baby and safe clean it? Let me know. Gary, I want to know what you do with this also.